The annual report on monitoring the application of EU law sets out how the Commission monitored and enforced EU law application in 2019 and how Member States performed in different policy areas. The effective enforcement of EU law is very important for citizens, as only they can secure their rights and benefits arising from EU law. It is also important for companies that there is a level playing field throughout the internal market. While the number of ongoing infringement proceedings remained stable over the past year, there were over 20% more new infringement proceedings compared to the previous year. In 2019, the number of new procedures for inadequate implementations for application of EU law was lowest for Luxembourg, Estonia, and Lithuania, while the majority of procedures were launched against Spain, Italy, and Greece. The Commission continued to advocate strong enforcement in all policy areas, focusing on those areas that have the greatest impact on the daily lives of people and businesses, such as the environment, the internal market, industry entrepreneurship and SMEs, and transport and mobility. Together, these policy areas came in half of all cases. For example, the Commission has taken action against 3 Member States for excessive air pollution and has initiated proceedings against 5 Member States which have not guaranteed equivalent access to the single European emergency number 112 for people with disabilities. Enforcement of EU law is based on cooperation. For this reason, the European Commission actively supports the Member States in implementing EU law through guidelines and dialogue. In 2019, the focus was on supporting national and regional authorities to implement regulations in the areas of waste management, air quality, energy efficiency, agricultural markets, and gender equality. In order for citizens and companies to be able to take advantage of EU law, the Member States must transpose European guidelines into national law on time. Despite declining numbers, from 419 cases in 2018 to 406 cases in 2019, more than half of all infringement cases in 2019 concerned the late transposition of directives. The highest number of new cases in the last 5 years due to late implementation, that was 847 cases, was recorded in 2016. In order to facilitate timely and correct implementation, the Commission supported Member States with implementation plans, dedicated websites and guides, and by exchanging best practices in expert groups. Most of the new late transposition proceedings were initiated against Bulgaria, Belgium, Greece, and Cyprus, with a few pending against Denmark, Italy, and Lithuania. The Commission has continued to bring late transposition infringement cases to the Court of Justice, seeking a fine under Article 260 of the Treaty on the Functioning of the European Union. Last year, the Commission brought an action against Spain before the EU Court of Justice, asking for financial sanctions to be imposed in its judgment on July 8, 2019. In Commission versus Belgium, the Court of Justice applied the sanctions regime of Article 260 for the first time. It has fined Belgium for failing to adopt and communicate all the measures necessary to implement the directive on measures to reduce the cost of developing high-speed electronic communication networks. In response to a request from the European Parliament, the Commission has been producing a report every year since 1984 on monitoring the application of EU law for the previous year. The European Parliament then adopts a resolution on the Commission's report. The Commission prioritizes issues where its enforcement actions can make a significant difference and where these actions benefit individual citizens and businesses. In the institutional structure of the European institutions, it is generally the task of the European Commission to initiate the legislative process. The Council and the European Parliament decide on the Commission's proposals. The Member States are responsible for the timely implementation, correct application, and enforcement of EU law in their national legal system. The circle closes again with the Commission. As soon as its proposals are adopted and EU law is adopted, it monitors whether the Member States are correctly applying this law and takes action if it does not. Respect for the rule of law is one of the von der Leyen's political priorities. And if you now want to know more about European politics from a German point of view, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here for you in the end screen, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Click and enjoy. Viel Spaß!